Hi and welcome, my name is Johnny Fragan. I'm from All Total Coaching. What I want to talk to you today is why trading foreign exchange or any commodities on the market with especially a huge margin will result in 99% of people losing money. But before we start, I'd like to talk about our comic book that now is getting edited for the last time and fixed for the book format, but the book is available for sale. What is our book all about? It's how to be a man, what your father never taught you. What is this book all about? It's how to be a man in this feminized society. Manhood. What is a man? How to become. Women, relationships and sex. Media manipulation, indoctrination via the movies. And I give examples and proof about how they manipulate you. Health, food and exercise and why it's so important. Money, wealth, what you need to know, what you never taught at school. Value, what it is and why it's so important. How to overcome the biggest phenomena in our generation of depression and fear, where more than 8 people commit suicide a day. Feminism, the real truth, happiness and fulfillment, family court, false accusations, how to be social and build a great network, social etiquette, keep up how to maintain relationships, summary of the rules that will save your life, sources and resources. Please subscribe to our channel for great topics coming your way on all issues of life. So why is it? Why you shouldn't trade foreign exchange or anything on the markets when you've got a huge margin? When 99% of people, including me, lose money because I trade foreign exchange and I trade all sorts of commodities and I lost. I stopped trading when I realized the following. This is so simple, what I'm about to explain to you, but extremely effective to know how you have no chance in the markets. Before you put a trade of XYZ, whatever it may be, on gold or silver or corn or wheat or whatever it may, if you're taking a large position, the banks allow you to control a certain amount as long as you put 10%. And if, let's say, for example, that particular commodity or share or whatever is $1 and you put $10,000, they will allow you to hold 100,000 shares, although you only put $10,000 because they're giving you a margin of 10%, or maybe a bigger margin of 15,000, for example, or 20. But the moment you come into what the bank owe you, they will not lose money. You will get a margin call, and once you get the margin call, if you do not come with the extra money, they will dispose of all the shares or commodities you have there. Now, a lot of people don't understand concept where the banks, and I don't have proof of this, but I've seen this many times, scan the market for stop losses. The majority of people put their stop losses at round numbers. And the problem is, banks collude, and I'm not blaming anyone in particular, just generally speaking, or individuals with big money collude together, where they scan the market for stop losses, and they see where majority of people put their stop losses. Once they force these people out, the stock or commodity or whatever it is goes up. That's why a lot of people that trade foreign exchange in not in the hours of the US, especially in Australia and other countries in Southeast Asia, the trading starts there late in the evening in Australia and in Asia. And you do not have the concentration span to watch exactly every move. So you go to sleep worried and you eat yourself inside about your stop loss. And what you don't realize, whilst you're sleeping or not looking, the banks scan the market for stop losses, they force you out, and you'll be forced out at one of the lowest prices. And then when you look, you've been stopped out only to see that stock or commodity go higher. Because once there's nobody selling or don't have stop losses, it's only going in one direction. This is one of the most simple and effective methods that are kept away from majority of public. And majority of the public do not have access to the markets to see everything, and therefore they make decisions on things they see on the screen where banks have additional information that you and I do not see, and therefore your chances of success are near to zero. And therefore I warn you, a lot of people don't want to say that they're losing money, that they are. And they are no longer trading, they are gambling. As a short-term trader, unless you work for a bank and you're extremely disciplined, the majority of people are not. do not trade, especially on the long term. I hold positions on long-term positions in all sorts of things. It's irrelevant what I hold, but the point is on short-term movements, it's very, very difficult, especially if you're trading on a big margin, because you will be stopped out sooner or later, only to look later on that you sold at one of the lowest prices of that particular day or trading session. So please think about this. Be very, very careful what you do. And if you do hold positions, please have a bigger buffer to your stop loss, number one. And number two, in the short term, you will lose. I lost quite a lot of money. And why am I telling you this? Because I don't want you to be a guinea pig. Because when certain banks look at particular short-term traders, they literally laugh. Because everybody knows the candlesticks, the stochastics, the MACD and everything. And this is information known to everybody. But what a lot of people, in fact, majority of people don't know, the banks have got access to the data of stop losses. And they will force, in that trade session, you or majority of people out. And once you're out, the commodity or the stock will only go higher. So this is a dire warning to all people that think they found these markets and then they're going to become rich, when only they will find out a couple of months, a couple of years later that they're bankrupt. And if you're trading again and again on a loss, you are no longer trading, you're a gambler. And this is what I would like to share with you today. And I'm not telling anybody what to trade, how to trade, but this is a warning that the majority of people do not understand that the banks scan the markets for stop losses. And majority of people will be stopped out and they will lose money only to see that stock or commodity or whatever it may be go higher later when they've been stopped at the lowest price of the day. Don't be the guinea pig. Be the man that thinks, that understand how these banks operate, and keep your money because it's your money. And if you don't care for your money, nobody else will. Personally, I think investing in gold and silver for the long term is far more valuable, because in the short-term movements, if you're doing a normal job, it's very, very hard to watch every movement, especially if you're driving a car on the way to work and seeing the movements. You'll get anxious and you may have an accident, like I know 2-3 people did, watching the movements on the screen whilst they're going to work. Is it worth it? In 99% of cases, it's not worth it, and therefore I'd like to share this knowledge with you, and I hope these little tips I've given you on the scanning of the banks will help you avoid trading on the short term and thinking for yourself so you won't lose your money and be another guinea pig. Thank you very much. Look us up at www.alltotalcoaching.com. Please, if you'd like to purchase our book, and I talk extensively in our book about money, what things you've never been taught at school, and this is one issue that is used on a daily basis, yet nobody teaches that at school. And if you do not educate yourself on a very important issue called money and wealth, you will become poor, like majority of people that live paycheck to paycheck to paycheck and wondering what happened in their life that they can't get ahead. Thank you very much for listening. As always, you know who I am? I'm your friend, Johnny Fergan. Speak soon.